Hello, Anna. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm doing well.
Good.
I,
Good morning.
I just woke up right now.
Woke up probably about
Uh,
45 minutes ago.
all right. Good morning.
Good morning to you. How was your day yesterday?
Nice. Um, I stay in my house studying. I stay at home just studying because people from my work are doing a demonstration
Mm-hmm.
and I am taking part in it.
Good. What I forget, what is your work and why are they doing a demonstration?
I am a dentist and also a civil servant. We we had made a requirement to readjust our wages because of the inflation.
Mm-hmm.
But then the city hall turned it down, and we decided to do that because the union is behind us. But some people have been breaking the strike,
Wait, why?
because they are afraid of a retaliation
Oh, okay. So
or
they're
something like that. They are chickens.
yeah. They're
Yes.
good. Good. And so when will you find out the results or if they will give you more wages, raise your wages?
Maybe on Monday.
Good. Well, I hope it works out. How long
Me
have you
too.
how long have you been a dentist?
Uh, After I graduated, I studied for 3 months and then I took a test trying to join the firefighter corporation,
Uh-huh.
and I knew all answers. But when I had to pass the answers from the test to a card, I messed it up because I was very anxious.
Mm.
And then I took another test and I got the second place to join uh, a strategy from the government called ESF in my town. And I've been working here for about 4 years, or
Hi.
4 or 5 years.
Do you like it?
Yes, because it's a stable job. They offer us continuous education. I have some benefits, but now I'm not enjoying it a lot. I changed the community where I was working,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it would be for my best, but my boss now is big.
Okay. So you plan on so let's ask you, what's your favorite part of the job?
My favorite part,
Hmm.
uh, to when I have to go to elementary schools to teach children about oral health.
Nice.
But I also enjoy treating my patients and so on.
Good. Hi, Rio. How are you?
How are you?
Good evening to you. How are you today? Rio, don't ignore me. Anna, he's ignoring me. Don't worry, Rio. Something's wrong. Anna, I have a question for you about oral health.
Go ahead.
Okay, so You know what root canals are?
Sure,
Okay. So what do you think of root canals? Do you think that they're good for people or they cause problems for people?
teacher, they are necessary. The treatment, it's necessary because uh, when you have infection
Hmm.
in your teeth,
Hmm.
it starts being uh, a, a focal infection,
Hmm.
right? And then it can turn into a focus of infection. Do you know the difference? Your body can carry the bacteria.
Right.
If you
To your brain, right? It could go right to your brain.
yes,
Hmm.
and you can have awful consequences, such as uh, blood angina
Hmm.
if it if it occurs in 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 your in your teeth. I don't know the name. Your third molar in your what's the name of the bone in English? Oh my gosh,
Yeah, the
let me.
molar. Wait, but molar is the teeth. Are you talking about the
Yes.
jaw?
Hold on, let me see. The jaw.
Yeah.
Yes, the jaw. It can block your breath
Oh.
because your throat can uh, oh my gosh, can teacher, how can I say, can swollen,
Oh, yeah, swelling.
can swollen, and if it occurs in in one teeth, in your maxillary, it can
Mm.
go to your brain.
Okay, so that
If
makes
you
sense.
have a problem in your heart, it can go to your heart and cause an infection called um, endocard endocarditis. Oh my gosh.
You were saying something. Sounds almost there. Endo
Eh,
something.
Because I don't know how to say in English. And oh my gosh, let me think. I guess we scared our classmates. Endocarditis.
Write it down. Write it down in Portuguese in the chat, and let me see if I can get it.
I'm writing down in English.
Endocarditis. That's maybe that is a word. I don't know. It seems like a good word. Let's see. Yeah, that is the word in English. I don't know how to pronounce it though.
I,
Endocarditis.
I wrote in Portuguese as well. Teacher, I bet our conversation scared
I
our
think
classmates.
I think he couldn't. I think he couldn't hear me or couldn't speak. So hopefully he comes back because when I was talking to him, he wasn't talking back, and he always talks.
All right.
Hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he comes back. If not, I'll send him a message for Rio.
Okay, teacher, you can even die from an infection in your teeth because it can become serious.
Yeah, I know this, but I got a root canal, but I didn't have an infection. They gave me a root canal. I had no infection, and it was because my molar broke. Right?
Okay,
It broke because I have an amalgam filling, and after the amalgam filling was old, and so it broke. Oh, there's Rio. Hi.
teacher, your
Hi.
dental
I
code.
had trouble with this connection.
Okay. Good. I was
Internet
wondering.
connections
Can you
was
hear me now?
bad. Yes.
Okay. We're talking about teeth. Sorry, I had a question for her about teeth.
Teeth.
Because she's a
Hi.
dentist.
Get this. Okay.
So, sorry, go ahead. You can finish, Anna. Yeah, exactly. That was it. That when they said to take out the filling and then fill it again, the pulp would be exposed, and so that's why they had to do the root canal.
Yes, and there is no way to recover. You know, you could get an infection
That's
when
true.
you remove the dental pulp. Your teeth is not alive anymore.
Right. That's true. All right, let's do expressing opinions, and I will ask some more dentist questions to Anna at the beginning of next class because it's good. I'm not showing my face today because I have so many allergies. I woke up with
Okay.
really bad allergies, and so I look really scary. All right, so today's class was going to focus on expressing opinion. The class was designed to practice for the IELTS third section of the speaking test, but really this is just good practice to express your opinion in lots of ways, and we will be listening to examples of the exam and looking at examples of the exam and also looking at regular examples every day and, of course, practicing. So let's look at this. I'm going to open this up a little bit bigger. Can you guys all see this okay, nice and big?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want, since there's two of you here, each one will read this section. So it says in part 3 and possibly in part 1 of the IELTS speaking test, the examiner will ask you for your opinions on different topics. Study the expressions in the table below. So I want, Rio, can you read the first part about expressing an opinion?
Okay. In my opinion, it's better to take the bus than the train. Personally, I think that professional sportsmen are paid too much. I believe that the hospital staff are underpaid. I feel that computer games have a bad influence on children. I would say that the gap between rich and poor is growing. In my view, I think we watch too much television. Frankly speaking, I think we watch too much television.
All right, so Rio, I want you to look at this list and tell me which expressions you usually use when you say your opinion.
Um, in my opinion,
In my opinion, okay. Good.
or I believe,
Good. I do think you say that. Do you think
and
that it's a good idea to try to use more of these expressions to sound more interesting?
yeah,
Yes. So I want you to choose two that you really want to remember forever. So choose two of these expressions that you really like, and those are going to be your goals to remember for today. So which two do you choose?
uh, I'm sorry, can you say again, please?
Yeah, choose. I want you to choose two expressions that you want to remember.
Mhm.
So choose two new expressions that you like.
Okay. For examples,
Yes.
I I feel that,
Good.
and frankly speaking,
Good. All right, so those two expressions are your goal today. These, I want you to be able to remember these expressions forever and use them. Okay?
okay.
All right, now your turn, Anna. Can you tell me which expressions you usually use and what expressions you want to use?
Okay. I believe that,
Mm-hmm.
and I use a lot other expressions.
Like what? Oh,
Um, Such as let me put in my 2 cents.
no, that's a good one. Will
And
you write that one in the chat so Rio can see?
right.
The new ones.
I also say, in my humble opinion,
In my humble opinion, I like that. Why? What does humble mean?
um, that you are not uh, bragging or showing off.
Good. You're saying your opinion, but you're not being arrogant or proud.
Yes. Uh, I also say, if you want my 2 cents, it's similar. Um,
There's also.
in
Go ahead. Sorry.
in my point of view.
Good. In my point of view, is good. You also might like the expression. Well, if you ask me,
I use this one as well.
I like that one. Well, if you ask me,
And sometimes I say, for what it is worth.
mm-hmm. You have a lot of good expressions. All right, Anton. I didn't ignore you. How are you today, Anton?
I'm great today. Thanks for asking.
Good. Great. So, Anton, we're looking at this first top part about expressing opinion. Make this a little bigger. So I want you to look at these expressions, expressing an opinion, and tell me which ones you use and which ones you want to use more.
I believe and personally I think.
Mm-hmm. Good. Those are ones you use. And which ones would you like to use more?
I believe.
I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pick one more as well.
In my point of view.
Good. So these are your goals for today that you have to remember. I think that got a little messed up. In my point of view, I believe. Good. Okay, now let's move down to the next part. Anton, will you please read this little block since you just got here?
Okay. If you really have nothing to say, it's better to express lack of opinion and wait for the next question than to keep silent. You can say, I'm afraid I've never been interested in football, or I'm afraid I'm not very keen of art. I'm afraid I don't know much about art. I'm sorry I'm not familiar with that topic. I'm sorry I'm completely unfamiliar with that topic. And I haven't really thought about that. Then
All
try
right,
to give your best answer.
great. So all of these start with I'm afraid or I'm sorry. So I'm going to ask each of you a question or your opinion, and I want you to give me a lack of opinion. I want you to use one of these expressions to answer me. So Anna, you're first. I'm going to ask you, what is your opinion on um, hummingbirds?
Um, well, I am afraid, but I'm not a specialist in subject. To be honest, I don't know what hummingbird means.
Good. Good. That would be a good answer.
I don't know really.
Hummingbird. Bishaflor.
Oh, thank you.
It's the most adorable, tiny little bird. Tiny little bird. All right, Rio, now I'm going to ask you a weird question, and I want you to give me one of these expressions as your answer.
Okay.
So, Rio, what do you think about, let's see, what do you think about pencils?
Pencils.
Yes.
Um, I, I'm afraid I'm not very keen on pencil.
Oh, why are you mean to pencils? Be nice to pencils. Good. Sorry, I'm just trying to give silly examples so you can use it.
Okay.
It'll work. All right, Anton, your turn. What is your opinion on shower curtains?
I'm afraid I never thought about that.
Good. Very bizarre, very strange subjects. Good. All right, let's move on to the next slide, and then we're going to practice these expressions in real time. And I don't know if this is too small, but will you read this part? If it's too small, I'll make it bigger.
No, it's not too small. It's okay. Unless you say something that's very offensive, there are no good and bad opinions. The examiner is only evaluating your ability to communicate your ideas. Always try to give an opinion. Only express a lack of opinion if you really have nothing to say about a topic. If possible, try to explain why. For example, we don't have this tradition in my country. Instead of keeping silent or hesitating, which can negatively affect your score, you can express a lack of opinion to give yourself time to think about what to say.
Good. So this last part, when you need a little bit more time to think in a conversation, can any of you give me some good expressions or words you can say when you're trying to think about an answer? Anything.
Let me put it in the right way.
Good. I'll write these all down. There's no wrong answer here. What would you say? I want anybody's opinion, because there's lots and lots of things you can say to fill time.
Okay, I would say, well, I have never thought about it. I need some time to gather my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be actually a pretty common one, like, oh, let me gather my thoughts. You're thinking. We could also, how about this one? That's a tricky or difficult one. That's if somebody asks you a difficult question, you can say, that's a tricky one, or that's a tricky question.
Oh, that's a typical question. Well, it's a controversial issue.
Then there's this one. This one, it could probably be a helpful one. Put a star next one. You caught me off guard. It's a very strange expression. Does anybody know what this means when you catch somebody off guard?
No.
No.
It basically means you asked me something and I wasn't prepared to answer. So maybe somebody asks you something really difficult, like, what do you think about like the Palestine-Israeli war? And you're like, oh God. It's a really big question, and maybe you're not prepared to answer at that moment. So this is a way to be like, oh, I'm not prepared to answer that. Catch somebody off guard. This is also, we use this expression when you intentionally catch somebody off guard because you want them to maybe give you an answer. So I'm going to give you an example. As a child, I'm sure all of you, as children, when you wanted something, you try to catch your mom or dad off guard to ask them. So for example, say you wanted candy, you would wait for like maybe your mom or dad was coming in from work, like, can you give me this? I want this, I want this, I want this. And because they're not prepared to answer, they usually say yes. So you can also use this expression meaning to manipulate somebody because you want something, which nobody in this group should do. All right, let's move on to, we're going to do a listening now of an actual test, and they're going to talk about owning things. So, Rio, can you read what the examiner says?
Okay. Examiner. So we've been talking about things we own. I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions relating to this topic. First, let's consider values and the way they can change. In Switzerland, what kind of possessions
Possessions, good.
possessions do you think give status to people?
So, of course, they're talking to a man who is from Switzerland, and we're going to listen to his answer. We're going to listen to his answer without reading, and I want you guys to find, what does he mention? At least one thing, and give me one expression does he use to express his opinion. Now, I'm putting this in the chat. So I just want to one thing he mentions that give people status in Switzerland, one possession, and one expression he uses to explain his opinion, to express his opinion, okay? It's pretty long, so just try to listen and get the best you can, and then we're actually going to read what he says, the transcripts.
We've been talking about things we own, and I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions relating to this topic. First, let's consider values and the way they can change. In Switzerland, what kind of possessions do you think give status to people?
The first thing which comes in my mind is the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Because lots of people like to have posh cars or expensive cars to show their status, their place in the society.
Is that a new development?
No, I think it isn't.
People have thought like that for quite a long time.
Yes. Another thing is probably the clothing. It starts already when you are young. When the children go to school, they want to have posh labels on their jumpers or good shoes.
What do you think of this way of thinking, that I need to have a car or certain clothes to show my status?
Probably it's sometimes an replacement for something you don't have. So if your wife has left you or your girlfriend, you just buy some new, don't know, new watches or new clothes to make you satisfied again.
You don't think of it as a healthy way of thinking?
Hmm. It's probably not honest to yourself. You know, canals and whatever.
Yeah. And do you think this will change?
No.
In the future, will cars and clothes, designer clothes, be status symbols in the same way?
I'm sure that clothes will be, that the thing with the clothes will be the same. I'm not so sure with the cars, because cars cause lots of environmental problems, and probably in some years, few years, this will change, because it's not reasonable to drive a car anymore.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
All right, so let's start with Anton. Anton, can you tell me one thing he mentions in the listening, and maybe one expression he uses?
I'm sorry, I gave my
No,
attention to
don't worry.
what he's saying, not to expressions.
Here, I will send you the transcript. You can look at the transcript. I'll come back around to you, okay? So this, we're not going to read this together. This is something I'm sending. Everybody can look at it. But it's more for if you want to study afterwards. There's the transcript down there, and you can listen again. It's just the beginning part. How about you, Rio? Could you hear anything that the man mentions?
I think he mentioned we wanted to discuss more general questions or something.
Uh-huh.
I heard at first when he tried to begin his opinion, just talk to his opinion,
Uh-huh.
and talk about his opinion. Yeah.
Good. And could you hear one thing he mentions when he talks about his opinion, or one opinion he has?
He mentioned about car.
Good. He mentioned cars. And actually, the first thing he says is something like, the first thing that comes to my mind.
That's come to his
First thing
mind.
that comes to my mind. And that's like the first thing the first thing he thought. His first thing. Ah, you wrote that one down, Anna? Nice. Anna, what else does he mention? Anna, what other opinions does he mention in the listening?
Expressions.
Expressions or opinions that he has.
Okay. He said, I'm sure that in the future, clothes
Good.
will continue to be a symbol of status, but
Good.
I'm not sure about cars.
Good. He does talk about cars as well. Now I really want to know your guys' opinions. I'm going to put the opinion page back up. And I want each of you to tell me what possessions make status or create status for people in your countries. So we'll start with you, Anna. So in Brazil, what possessions give status to people?
I have to say the same thing that the guy told.
Go ahead.
Because the cars here are really expensive.
Mm.
They are overtaxed, and people sometimes they live in a bad place, and they own nice cars just to show off,
Mm.
and sometimes they pay a little amount each month. I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, let's try. I'm going to mute myself and then unmute.
No, I guess it's coming from Rio, maybe. And close, people are very concerned about brands and that's it.
Good. Good. So clothes and all right. How about Anton? What makes status or creates status for people where you live in your city?
Actually, it depends on the age, because with different age, values values are different. And
All right, but how about somebody
well,
of your age?
on my age, it's I think it's having your own apartment and maybe car.
Cars and apartment? I think that's true. Does anybody have gadgets as one of the things that create status? Because mostly in the United States, it's gadgets and technology that create status for people. Who has an Apple laptop and who has an iPhone?
I have.
I have.
You guys both have Apple laptops and iPhones?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Good. All right. How about you, Rio? This should be interesting. In Tokyo, what creates status for people?
Oh, I think the place to live
Mm-hmm.
is one of the status. I think uh, you know s- we we call it Lopang Hills.
Uh-huh.
One of the status for rich people. They
Oh.
live that place, like president or someone uh, who making a lot of money.
Mm.
So yeah, a lot of some companies present.
Good. So your neighborhood creates status. What about possessions? What possessions create status?
Mm, like house, house or car,
House, car, clothes. Is that not important? Clothes.
clothes. Yeah, depends on the clothes, but yeah, it can be. Uh, it can be one of them.
Good. All right. Let's practice a little bit more now because we have a little bit of time, and I really want everybody to just speak. Um, I have a list. Oh, this is actually something interesting I wanted to share. This is not from an English website. This is from a business website that I found for English-speaking people. And it talks about the pattern of how you can convincingly share your opinion so the other person understands and actually accepts your opinion. So this is some pattern that they studied. Let's see, Anton, will you read what the pattern is? I'll make it a little bit bigger for you if you'd like. Yes.
Okay. First, what they think. I think that there is far too much sports on television. I would rather have more drama or crime programs. The second one, a reason for their view. Sports programs take up too much of the prime viewing time, and other types of program get squeezed out or pushed back into a late slot. The third one, another reason, it's not fair. People who don't want to watch sports don't have much choice. Mm, The fourth, an example. Mm, Last night there was football on three main channels for 4 hours. Uh, It it took up the whole evening. And the last one repeat their opinion. I really think sports gets too much viewing time.
Good. So this is the pattern we want to try to follow. You say what you think, your opinion, a reason, another reason, an example, and then you repeat your opinion. It's actually quite simple. A lot of us do this anyway, but this is how you can give a strong opinion. So I'm going to ask each one of you your opinion about something, and I want you to use this pattern. So let's see, the first one. How about this one? What do you think about art? Fine, regular art. Let's start with you, Anna. What do you think about art?
Teacher, I'd like to give someone else the floor.
Go ahead. Who do you
I
want?
can be the second.
Okay. How about Rio? Do you want to go first?
Okay, yes.
I will. Do you want to talk about art, or do you want a different subject? I can give you a different subject.
Um, what
I have
else?
one. I'm going to give you, what is your opinion about cell phones in schools?
Oh, cell phones in schools. Okay. Um, t- I think cell phone in school, it's having good points, but both point, good and bad points.
Mm-hmm.
Because um, cell phone makes students more connected, and it helps to mm, yeah, communicate all the time. Like so, yeah. But uh, on the other hand, it's sometimes not good for focusing on study.
Good. That's a good one.
Yeah. So that is the reasons I think, and like let me see. Yeah, when I was high school, I I remember, yeah, some students all the time are using cell phone. So the school tried to uh, prohibit them to use some cell phone
I'm
in
gonna
the class.
go ahead.
Yeah,
I want to just give you what they tried to
prohibit
them from using cell phones in class.
prohibit them, yeah, from using cell phones in the class.
Good.
But yeah, so cell phone is really uh for me it helped to uh, connect new friends, uh, make relationships better in the school.
Mm-hmm.
So really think cell phone have a both good and bad points in the
Good.
school.
You did. I applaud you. You did really nice. And you did really nice, and you even expressed two opinions at the same time. Because you expressed that there are good things and bad things, and then you gave ideas and examples for each. Nice work. Nice work.
Thanks.
All right, Anna, I'm going to give you a similar topic, but not the same one. So your topic will be, what is your opinion about Facebook?
Um, okay. I think nowadays people are using the internet a lot, using Facebook and other kinds of social network to communicate with each other. Um, and people from all ages can have a page on Facebook. It's very dangerous because once something is posted there, everyone can have access and can share, and sometimes the information lasts longer than you would like, and sometimes it can be misinterpreted. Um, Therefore, some people can modify your picture, um, and it would harm you. Uh, for example, um, once my gosh, once someone um, post uh, post that a girl posted that she had a crush on someone, and she was very young, and a couple of years before she saw uh, what she had posted there uh, was she being shared, and she had a relationship broken because of it. That, furthermore, you don't know people behind the computer. Some people can use avatars and things like that, and they can mislead other people. Um, they can be stalkers, they can be pedophiles, and some people can fall for a trap. So for all those reasons, I think face.
Oh,
Hmm.
Hello, 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 hello.
hello?
I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. I'm sorry, I got kicked out off my internet. I had to restart it.
I guess.
Sorry, Anna, you were giving such a good opinion, and I got cut off. Can you talk about your opinion again? You don't have to say the whole thing. You stopped when you were talking about it's dangerous, and that's when I got kicked off.
Okay. Um, I was saying that it's very dangerous because you don't know uh, the people behind the computer. They can use the avatar. They can uh, they can make up a fake profile
Mm-hmm.
to to mislead people, and you can believe that you are talking to someone else, and the other person can be a stalker, a pedophile, and you can fall for a trap
Good, that's a good expression. You can fall for a trap.
or something like that. So, um, for all those reasons, it can be very dangerous, and people have to be aware about it.
Good. Good. Excellent opinions. And also really, really insightful. Meaning lots of different facts. So you're looking at the positives and the negatives. Good. All right, Anton, you're up.
Blow my mind.
I want to give you your opinion about something else with technology. Let's talk about I want you to do overuse of obsession with smartphones.
Obsession with smartphones.
In today's world, what is your opinion about the obsession with smartphones?
Well, Actually, I have no that kind of disease, and I have no special opinion about that.
You have no special opinion?
Yeah, my smartphone serves as a Wi-Fi hotspot. I don't use it so much.
But what about the rest of the, I don't either. I don't have a smartphone. But what about the rest of the world? Everybody now is obsessed with smartphones. So what is your opinion about that? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's a good and bad thing?
Well, I think it can be good because the world wants to be more mobile and mm, more people want to communicate on fly and
Good.
mm, which reasons I can. Oh, I already gave the reasons. Mm, yeah, it's also
Let me ask you a different opinion. How about this one? What is your opinion about learning English?
mm, well, uh, English English is a world most common language in the world, and it's kind of a academic standard for communication, and many cultures, people from many cultures speak in English, and we can communicate easily. So I think it's very important to to learn English.
Good. That was beautiful. That
For
was a
example,
beautiful answer. Go ahead. Give me your example.
I had no example.
No example?
I was about I was about to dream up something.
It was good, though. Good opinion. All right, guys. I have to stop us now because we're almost out of time, and I will probably get kicked off my internet again because my computer is going very slow. It makes me very scared. Um, so what I would like to do is, will everybody send me, um, no, what I wanted to say is if you want this lesson, if you want me to send you this lesson because we didn't finish the whole thing, and if you want to look at other parts of it, send me your email address and I will share it with you in Gmail so you can look at it. But other than that, have a really, really nice afternoon or evening, and thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
All right, take care. I'll see you guys next week. I'm back.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah, Anna, if you
Goodbye.
want. Bye.